Welcome to Board Game Archaeology, where we play time-worn games from the past. I'm Hunter.
I'm Rob.
And today, we're playing the Milton the Monster game.
Milton the Monster from 1966, from a cartoon from 65. This game is for ages 5 to 12 and 2 to 4 players.
The goal of the game is to be the first player that gets both of their pieces up to Horror Hill.
Yep, and this is a Milton Bradley game, and beautifully done. It comes with a really nice board with all the characters on it. Heebie-jeebie, Professor Weirdo, Milton, Count Kook. And then it comes with wooden pieces, actually, which I really think is cool. It's an older game, but it comes with wooden pieces, and there's only 2 each. It was missing the blues, so I 3D printed those in Tinkercad, or sculpted in Tinkercad and printed them out really quick. So easy peasy game, and it's a spinner game. And this game's a 6-piece spinner, or a 6-point spinner game, meaning you could use a 6-sided dice to recreate it if you wanted to, but then you wouldn't have this beautiful art around it that doesn't mean anything for the spin, but it does have all the characters on it too. Well done.
Yeah, and essentially, to choose who goes first, you kind of versus on the spinner.
I got a 1.
Now, that's hard not to beat.
And
So
you
I
got a
would
2.
go first, and this is one where you would go clockwise from there. And essentially, you'd use the spinner.
5.
5. And so you would go. So in this case, I would land on Milton 5 ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it would go like that for the whole game. As you can see, the directions on it, it's all on the board, and there's only so much going on. There's rather going ahead, there's losing a turn, there's going back, but there's nothing too crazy.
Yep. One of the things that you do have to pay attention to is before you get to the monster beware sign, you can have as many player pieces on each square. But once you get past there, you can only have 1. And every time you land on one of your opponents, they have to go back to the next following picture. So it could be, and you have to follow the instructions. So if you're here and you want to, and you're right here, and you have to go back 2, and you get stuck going ahead, and it can really goof your game up. So that's probably one of the bigger things about the game is landing on each other, and you have 2 pieces that you can continually play.
Yeah, because that really is, you follow what it says on the bit. After this particular monster sign space, you can still have, if both of my pieces, they can land here, and I can still be on that space. But after this point, it's like we can't mix and match. These spaces, these ones that are kind of split into 2, these can have as many pieces. There can be the whole board on there, and it's totally fine. So really, other than that, it's just going along for the ride with all the spooky bats and stuff.
Yep. And another issue that you have is when you're using your pieces and you're landing on each other's pieces, if that tells you to go back to a space that makes you go back to, and then you land on another opponent, then that affects them, and they have to go back to the next picture. So the opponent is always getting taken care of on this thing. So even by accident, having gone back or going forward following the instructions can burn you even 2 or 3 times. It really depends upon where you land in the whole mess.
Yeah, all the more out of your control.
Yep, and it's good to have those kind of things in this game. These kind of games, it makes it a lot more adventurous, I feel.
Love the board.
If I could pick anybody, I'd take Professor Weirdo, at least for the first half of the board, because he's got like a move ahead 14, and then take an extra turn. He's a pretty positive character until you get to the end.
Until he betrays you.
Yes,
can send you
they
back.
do. Yeah, and then the lose a turn one I always hate, but the artwork is really fun and really cool. I didn't watch the cartoon, believe it or not. It was 66, so I would have been 4. But we lived in a village, and we didn't get ABC at all. So if this was an ABC cartoon, that's probably why I never saw this cartoon.
Yeah, other than seeing it in fleeting advertisements, I wasn't super aware of it either.
Yeah, maybe in comic book
I did
guys.
remember certain elements of it where it's I remember the witch lady a lot for some reason. My brain held on to that.
The art's fun because it's kind of like a painted cover, kind of cartoon yet painted, and then they go straight to cartoon. kind of a mix between the two. But this game, I think, really stands out for the artwork. And I do like the ability that having the two pieces that you can use at random. You know, and you can't split up your move between them, but you can decide which one you move. Really allows you to hit opponents quicker and, you know, be abusive that way, but it's the same both ways. So they say it only takes 20 minutes to play a game, but I could see where this game could take a lot longer depending upon who you're playing with.
Yeah, there are certain times. It's just that most of the time, you're probably just going to be saying sorry to the person because it's like most things that you're going to do aren't probably going to be fully intentional. You can split it between two pieces, so usually it's a choice, but you never know what the other option is.
Yep,
I
super
might
easy game.
mess someone else up too if my other option was to like lose a turn or something like that.
Right, right.
Then I might be nasty and do something like that. Yeah, there's just a lot going on with the board, and that's one of the things because at first I was like, oh, it has mostly like this blue background, not like a ton going on, but it has all of these like little bits. I just love the little like the creature in the vial
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
almost hidden away. And
The bats are. It's a Halloweeny
It
game,
is.
so it's no surprise that I'm.
And you're right, I should have been in love with this. I'm a huge Frankenstein. I actually have a Frankenstein behind us in those games. But yeah, so I'm really big into Frankenstein, but I just never got this. I might have seen a comic book in the dollar box here and there, but yeah, never did.
But thanks for watching.
Yeah, and if you want to know more about us, check us out at toyarchaeology.com. And don't forget to find us on Facebook, and don't forget to subscribe and like us on YouTube.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.